Hey folks, well, looks like we're back online for the most part. Right. Well, in the evening on a Sunday, we've been offline since the last of January. This is PLR, Past Life Regression, Part 3 Remake. The reason I wanted to do a remake is PLR Part 3, all it was music while I was trying to get the internet to upstream. Well, it didn't work. Shortly after that, we went to 2 months without internet. Saw that for a lark. Some would say it's better than a slap in the face with a wet kipper. No. Go ahead and slap me in the face with a wet kipper, get it done, get it over with, we can move on. Right. Great. Well, for those of you that have missed us, we're back. And for those of you that wish we would go away, not happening. Not as long as my heart's pumping and I'm breathing anyway. So what have we been up to? Well, Past Life Regression Part 3. Part 3? Part 4. Part 3. Remake. Wow. Well, I can't cut that out, can I? No, guess not. Okay. So, for those of you that I'm sure will be watching the pre-recorded version, because I doubt very seriously anybody's going to remember that Live with the Shaman is on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. But that's okay. Where have you been with your past life regressions? Have you watched parts 1 and 2? Have you been able to achieve any part of past life regression? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to see it go? What do you want to do with past life regression? Can you even make past life regression happen? Well, if more people show up to get an interactive conversation going, then we'll keep going. Otherwise, I will cover some of the basic data, the basic ideas, and basic philosophies behind past life regression, and then we'll just move on to PLR4 next week. Now, listen close. As many of you know, Live with the Shaman is, in most of the time, adult content. Past Life Regression Part 4 will be adult content from sign on to sign off. So if you don't want the kiddies listening to us discussing the sexuality of PLR in the field of hands, then you might want to put them to bed. But if you want more information about the field of hands and how it works, be here next week, Sunday evening, 8 p.m., right here on Live with the Shaman. Right. So, speaking from my own experience, past life regression, where I had been, a lot of my PLRs were spontaneous. A good number of them were spontaneous. Very few were actually achieved through sit down or lay back meditation and attempting to PLR. Why is that? Well, generally, if the forward mind is in full control of the faculties and what's going on, past life regression is kind of hard to reach. The human mind is programmed to stay away from the past. Once the past is done, it's over with, you move on. Well, many people nowadays, especially those in the pagan philosophy, and most all shamans that I've met want to travel back. They want to see where they've come from, why they have become what they have become, and the different things that they've achieved and done in prior lifetimes. Well, where does this go? It can go any place that you want it to go. However, to remember, if it's a real PLR, you're not going to have any control over what you see. And you're only going to be visual. You're not going to be able to interact, so to speak, with your past life regression. You're going to be like you're sitting and watching a TV screen with a remote, pause, fast forward, rewind. Increase the volume if you want. You can't hear what's going on. But you cannot control the events of a past life regression. Right. So with that in mind, where have you been? Well, personally, I have been back through the womb, like I explained in part one. Went all the way back to first light of this lifetime for me, and I questioned it, as I do. So I spoke with my mom. I'm like, do you remember, was this said or was that said during the time I was in your belly, in the womb? And she's like, how did you know that? There's no way you could know that. No, it's called past life regression, Mom. It's something we practice as shamans. Right. Other PLRs I've done, I've seen myself in certain battles in certain castles in Scotland. I've seen myself in certain events here in America in past lives. And I've also seen myself in other areas throughout the world performing different functions. What are those functions? It's not important. What's important is that you keep a PLR journal. Yep, another journal. And some of you that have been watching my programs for a while, you're like, this crazy bearded fool wants me to keep a dream journal, a memories journal, and a PLR journal. Well, of course. If you've got a memory like mine and it's somewhat of a sieve, when you come out of a PLR, you try to remember what you've achieved, what you've done. Now, if you've had someone that's led you back in a PLR, hopefully they recorded it. Hopefully you requested or required a video and or audio recording. That's something I always do if I take someone back in a PLR, is I always record it. Either audio, preferably video, if my video camera is working correctly. One of the other things that you want to remember is if you're taking someone back in a past life regression, when you're taking them back into meditation, you want to remind them, do not allow your memories to come forward and attach to your physical body. For example, if they're in battle, the last thing you want is them swinging, breaking your jaw in a past life regression. Been there, done that, jaw dislocated, hurt like a son of a bitch. Right. Where would you like to go for your past life regression, for your PLR? That's up to you. How far back do you want to go? I've had some clients and worked with some people that, nope, they don't want to go back too far. They don't want to go back before this lifetime because the things that they've seen in their dreams they didn't like. Well, that's okay, but you kind of have to be careful with that because you don't know what's a dream and what's an actual memory. Here again, journaling can help you with that. If you have a dream journal and a memory journal, and a PLR journal. And you don't ever want the three to intermingle. I've had some people that have had one book separated into threes and they'll flip back and forth. Well, the problem with that is you get bleed over. Okay, you get bleed over of memories from one to another. What you want to do is a journal labeled dreams. You want a journal labeled memories. You want a journal labeled PLR. Why do you want a journal labeled memories? Well, memories, now, memories are memories of the way you interpret events, things that have happened, things people have said, things that you've done, things you may not have done, and worse yet, things you may have done that you don't remember doing, or the things that you didn't do that you thought you did do. These are memories. These are memories of things that have happened in this lifetime. And say, for example, you're sitting there watching TV and all of a sudden a blip comes to you, a memory of years ago. Reach over, get your memory journal, jot it down. I remember riding a bicycle and running over some poor kid that flipped me off when I went past him. Something like that. Any outcome or anything you might remember in that memory, write it down. The date that you remembered it, like, today's date or whatever, right? Dream journal, wake up, have your dream journal by your bed, wake up, roll over, grab your pen, jot down April 8th, 2018, 3 a.m. in the morning. Dreamed I got picked up by a freight train and dropped off by the ocean. And that may be all that you remember in the dream. Okay, fine. A past life regression journal, though, is very important. Because if you do either spontaneous PLRs or self-conducted PLRs, when you come out of that meditation and you bring yourself up out of that meditation by thinking home or saying home, right? Remember that from video 1 and video 2? How do you come out of a PLR? Home. I want to go home. And spirit will locate your body and right back. Sometimes you'll thump or jump or whatever. But when you come out, you want to grab that PLR journal, right? October 8th, 2018, 8:13 p.m., Sunday evening, spontaneous PLR, went, had visions of, I don't know, the Civil War. Maybe you're a man in this lifetime, you were a woman in a prior lifetime, and during the Civil War, maybe you were a prostitute. Who the hell knows? I don't. And if you decide to share those with a practitioner, find a practitioner, someone that you trust, and go through those records. What's your opinion? How do you feel? What do you think? Right? So where you've been is where you've been in your past life regression. What have you done? What did you accomplish in your past life that sticks out? Make sure that you journal that. And then where you would like to go with your PLR. Write down, if you want, other places you'd like to go, other timelines, how far back you would like to go. Who or what was I in the 17th century, in the 1800s? Okay? Put that here so that back here hears it, and the next time you slip yourself down into a PLR, either self-controlled or conducted by a practitioner, either way. Tell your practitioner, okay, I need some help getting back to the 1800s, right? Where to from here? Well, we're 15 minutes past the hour, and we have no live watchers, so there's no interaction, there's no interactivity. So, been a while since we've been on, been a couple of months. So, people people aren't used to checking us out. So, what I want to do is we're going to go ahead and draw to a close. But this doesn't mean that you can't post and get interaction going on here. And if you would like a video response to get more of an explanation, by all means, put in the notification area, right, that your question, what you would like to know, and if you would like a video post on it, put it in there. I'll be glad to do a video post on it for you to better explain it. Because I promise you, I don't write books real well. That's the reason I do these videos. These videos are my books. Ha ha ha. Right. Well, with that in mind, always, always be true to yourself. Be true to who you are. And be true to what it is you want in life and where you're going in life and where it is you think you want to be, wherever it is you may want to be. Mildly confusing, isn't it? Well. I want to thank you for watching Live with the Shaman, checking us out. We're here every Sunday that we can, 8 p.m. to about 9 if we've got a good crowd. If we don't, I'll set the idea and you guys can reply later. Life gets busy. You don't really hurt my feelings because you're not here. Okay? Have a great week, and thank you for watching Live with the Shaman.